Good morning to all and welcome to the session 200 grammar rules. So far you have learned 180 rules. In this session you are going to learn 181 to 190. Let us start the session with rule number 181. This rule is based on the adverb else. What is the rule? The adverb else should be followed by the word but. This is a combination else but. Look at the example. It is not acceptable because it is nothing else than pride. Here we have the word else, and the rule says it should be followed by the word but. So than is not correct. A lot of people say it is not acceptable because it is nothing else than pride. No, nothing else but pride. Then it is correct. He has no one else to talk to except his brother. In this example, also we have else. He has no one else to talk to but his brother, not except, but his brother. Then it is correct. Rule number 182. When the conjunction as if, this is an important rule, is used to convey the sense of pretension, something not real, were is used in all cases, even with third person singular. Generally, third person singular, we use a singular verb. But here there are two dimensions you have to remember. Irrespective of the subject, you have to use a primary auxiliary to be in the past form, in the plural form, were. Look at the example. She behaves as if she were the boss. A lot of students may think here it should be was because she third person singular. But here we have as if. Based on that, irrespective of the subject, we have to use were. So, what is the correct sentence? She behaves as if she were the boss. He talks as if he were the king. Here we have the subject third person singular. Still, we have to use the plural form in the past form. What is the verb over here? The primary auxiliary to be. Rule number 183. The phrase a great many is always followed by a plural noun and a plural verb. Whenever you learn a particular rule, always focus on the key words. What are the key words over here? A great many, plural noun, plural verb. A great many, this is the subject. Books, plural noun, have been distributed, plural verb. A great many animals, a great many animals, plural noun, have migrated from here, plural verb. So, what is rule number 183? An easy one. The phrase a great many is always followed by a plural noun and a plural verb. Rule number 184. This is a little tricky. I will talk about the usage. First, I'll tell the rule. Words like headquarters, whereabouts, barracks or barracks, arms take a singular verb as well as a plural verb. Look at the examples. The headquarters of the company is in Bombay, are in Bombay. But usage point of view, these examples, we always use usage. I would like to reiterate, we use a plural verb. Based on that, we tend to say the headquarters of the company are in Bombay. The whereabouts of the manager are not known. The whereabouts of someone are not known. So do remember you can use singular or plural verb, but usage point of view, we use the plural verb. Rule number 185. When a great deal of, all these are phrases, plenty of, a lot of, most of, and some of refer to number, something you can count, a plural verb is used. If these phrases don't refer to the number, they refer to the quantity, we use a singular verb. For example, A lot of work is to be done. A lot of work you cannot count, is to be done. But all these, they refer to the number you can count. That means you have to use a plural verb. When you see the examples, you understand. A lot of delegates, we use a plural noun, in fact. And based on that, we have to use a plural verb. A lot of delegates were present in the meeting. Some of the boys were absent. But if these expressions refer to amount, as I have just said that, the verb should be in the singular number or singular form. A lot of work. Here, you cannot use a plural form. A lot of work is to be done. Based on that, we have to use a singular verb. A great deal of work has been completed in time. Singular verb. Based on if the noun is countable, plural verb. If the noun is uncountable, singular verb. Remember that way. Rule number 186, an important rule they have given in many exams. Here we have a word. What is that word? Enough. Enough can be an adverb, enough can be an adjective. Enough as an adjective, there's no problem. They don't ask questions. But enough as an adverb, it is important because people don't know where to place it, how to place it. Adverb enough is always placed after the word which it qualifies. Usually it is an adjective. Please listen very carefully. Adverb, not adjective form. Adverb enough is always placed after the word which it qualifies. Are the rooms big enough? In the exam, they may give, are the rooms enough big? Not correct. Big, here adjective. Enough, adverb. And here enough, it is qualifying the adjective big. So it has to follow. What does the rule tell? Adverb enough is always placed after the word which it qualifies. Big enough. He is rich enough to buy that car. In the exam, in fact, they have given many a time, he is enough rich to buy that car. Wrong. He is rich enough to buy that car. She is clever enough to solve the problem. Here, clever adjective and enough adverb. And enough is placed after the word it qualifies. Clever enough to solve the problem. Look at these examples, not that important. Here we have used enough as an adjective. He has enough money to buy that car. No problem. She has enough time to do that. But in the exam, they don't ask questions based on the word enough as an adjective. They ask questions based on the word enough as an adverb. And all that you have to remember, adverb enough should be placed after the word it qualifies. Very important. Rule number 187. This is again an important one. As an adverb, it has to come before whatever it describes. You have already learned. But here the word only as a conjunction means except that. A lot of people don't know how to use a word only as a conjunction. I would like to spend time with you, only that I'm hard pressed for time, means very tight schedule. Here only means except that. I would like to spend time with you, except that I'm busy. Simple sentence. I would like to spend time with you, only that I'm hard pressed for time. She loves to go there, only that she doesn't have enough money. She loves she loves to go there, except that she doesn't have enough money. Here we use only as a conjunction. Rarely they have asked questions based on that. And rule number 188 is an important rule. They have given so many times, and there's every possibility any of these words can be used when conjunctions or the expressions like besides, like, unlike, as well as, along with, together with, no less than, in addition to, and not, and with join two subjects, the verb should agree with the first subject. This is an important rule. Here you have to memorize all these. And when these are used, obviously you find two subjects: the minister, the party workers. And what is the expression along with? Then the rule says the verb agrees with the first subject. What is the first subject here? Minister, singular. So we have to use a singular verb. In the exam, they may give a plural verb. The minister, along with the party workers, has been arrested. The principal, as well as the teachers. Here we have the principal, the first subject, the teachers, the second subject. The verb agrees with the first subject, singular, the principal. Based on that, the principal as well as the teachers has visited the exhibition. Perfect. In the exam, they may give the principal as well as the teachers have visited, not correct, has visited. Rule number 189 is also important, not the regular pattern. Rarely they ask questions. What is the pattern here? It is no good, it is no use, plus verb in present participle form, that means verb ing form. In this pattern, we start with it is no good, it is no use, then we have to use a verb in ing form. Also, it is pointless, it is useless, it is hopeless, it is a waste of time. Even when you use these expressions, you have to use a verb in the present participle form. One more pattern. There are three patterns. In all the patterns, the verb is in present participle form or verb ing form. What is the third pattern? There is no use, there is no point. When you look at the examples, you understand. We use these expressions to say that an action will not get an expected outcome. So, what is the meaning of these patterns or these expressions? We use these patterns or these expressions to say that an action will not get an expected outcome. That means action will not happen. It is going to be negative. Look at the examples. It is no use. That is a pattern, that is expression. And the pattern, we should use a verb in ing form. Based on that, it is no use talking to him. It is pointless arguing with them. There is no use going there in search of answers. Here, all the three patterns: it is no use, first one; it is pointless, second one; there is no use, third one. All these expressions take the verb in the present participle form. That means verb ing form. This is an important one. Rule number 190. Here, this is one pattern. What is it? To plus adjective or adverb plus verb infinitive form with to, or basic form of the verb with to. It is too difficult to complete. Here we have the word to, then we have the adjective, then we have the verb complete in the basic form or infinitive form with to complete. It is too difficult to complete the work by Monday. He is too short to reach. Here to plus adjective plus verb basic form or infinitive form with to reach the table. She walks too briskly to reach in time. Here she walks. How does she walk? Briskly. Here we have an adverb. The first one adjective, this one also adjective. But here she walks too briskly to reach in time. To reach is a verb basic form with to. And here we have to and the adverb. Even this pattern is very important. They have given in a few exams. That's all about rules 181 to 190. In the next session, you're going to learn 191 to 200. Thank you very much.